Hello everyone. Happy New Year. It's now 2022. Hopefully nothing drastic happens to CC this year. Anyway, today I will be discussing a certain CC character. A side character. A bunny. If you read the title, then you know who I'm talking about. None other than Bella. Now, I think I can speak for a large portion of the fandom when I say that Bella kinda sucks. That isn't to say nobody likes her, because believe me, there is still a huge portion of the fandom that likes Bella. I personally don't like Bella. Before I go into my reasons, let's do a little history.
Gracias!
De nada.
On January 18, 2018, Chuck E. Cheese uploaded a new song titled Bailando, starring Helen and the new character Bella Bunny. Bella was intended to be a symbol of Mexican culture. The song is pretty much Bella teaching Helen how she loves to dance. Or how she says it, bailando, since dancing in Spanish. Now, I'm pretty sure most people thought Bella would be a one-off character, like that one kid Billy. So, I'm sure everyone was surprised when they brought her back over a year after her original appearance.
So you are...
Frida Kahlo.
On June 28, 2019, Chuck E. Cheese released a new song titled Play All You Can Play. And like I said, Bella is back. The entertainment department gave her a much better puppet and a new look. Side tangent, but I gotta give praise to the puppet designers for this puppet. When looking at both puppets side by side, you can see how much they improved her design. And it's just a really well made puppet. Throughout 2019, they began to use Bella more and more, giving her own Christmas song in December 2019, and another song in early 2020. And throughout 2020 and 2021, we've been seeing Bella appear more and more in videos. To the point where she's a member of the band now? That's pretty much the character history. Now, like I said, I don't like Bella. But why? Well, let's get into my reasons.
Jasper es un buen perro.
Let me clarify on this. I don't have a problem with CC introducing new side characters. Side characters and guest stars are nothing new to the company. Larry, Hard Hat Hank, the Bullhorn, Steve Waters, the list goes on and on. But Bella's situation is a little different. For some reason, they're starting to treat Bella as if she's part of the main band, which is completely stupid. Ever since the mid-80s, CC has had the same 5 characters for the main band. So why now, decades later, have they decided that the band needs a new member? I really doubt that it was for marketing purposes, since CC hardly even markets any of their characters besides Chuck. And nowadays, they just have this fucker in cheaply made animation. I honestly wouldn't have much of a problem with Bella if they kept her as small as a character such as Ronnie. But the fact that they're trying to throw her into the main band is just weird. The band doesn't need more. 5 is enough, thank you. Look, we have Chuck and Helen on vocals, Munch on piano, Jasper on guitar, and Pasquali on drums. What makes Bella special? Nothing. She adds nothing new to the mix, but I'll add more on this later. And putting her on merchandise is just a bit weird to look at. Why can't we just get back to characters like Steve Waters? I honestly wonder why they thought they should make Bella a more prominent character. Speaking of which...
Oh, this is my new friend Bella.
She's taking the spotlight. Since mid-2019, Bella started to appear more and more to the point where they're just ignoring key characters such as Pasquali. I want to focus on one example in particular. Song of Summer. This song is really good. But I just want you to think for a second. How many times do you see Pasquali singing solo? Yeah, just as I thought. Bella gets 2 verses to herself, while Pasquali gets nothing. Even Munch only gets 1 solo line. And throughout the video, Pasquali is ignored in favor of Bella. Go ahead, rewatch it. He's even pushed to the background in the final verse. And this isn't even the only time this happens. In the newest song, Holiday Party, they have Bella singing the chorus. Did they just forget Helen exists? They just push Helen to the back and Pasquali even further. And that's not even the worst part. On other occasions, there are videos with no sign of Pasquali or Munch, but Bella sticks around. This is just awful. Pasquali is a key part of the company, so why do they feel the need to keep pushing him to the side? Side characters are called side characters for a reason, you know. Because they're not the main characters. Bella should not be part of the main band. They even added her into Christmas medley last year. Even if you like the character Bella, you gotta agree with me that she should never be part of the main band. With the removal of animatronics and lack of Pasquali representation, I worry that they'll start using Pasquali less and less in the following years, giving Bella more of the spotlight and demoting Pasquali to a side character. I hope this never happens, but it could be a possibility. Now let's get on to my biggest complaint. She has no personality. The character of CC really work together because of their personalities. They reflect off each other. It's fun to see the gang interact. That's why so many people remember segments so much. It allows the characters to speak to one another, which could lead to many comedic moments.
And you are very, very hypnotized right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Good luck with your brother. Maybe he's the sane one of the family.
You can grab any of two of the characters, pair them together, and their dynamic would still work. But Bella? She doesn't really contribute to anything. When Bella interacts with any of the characters, it doesn't feel natural. Her dialogue and interactions just feel so forced to the point where it's like she was edited in post-production. She doesn't feel like she belongs there. She doesn't add anything. Not to mention the fact that her only personality is the fact that she's Mexican. Now I'm going to emphasize in this next part that I am now ranting about Bella being Mexican. I am simply ranting that that's all they do with her. And you can't call me racist because, like, you know, I don't know how many of you know this, but, like, I myself am a Mexican. So, just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, I know that Bella is supposed to teach kids about the Mexican culture, and that's perfectly fine. It's important to teach kids about this sort of things. But the problem with Bella is that that's all they do with her. They can do so much more with her. Now, it's fine to use that trait in her videos, such as celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. But come on, give her something more to do. They clearly can make her more than just an educational character. Just like Pasquali. Pasquali is Italian. Do you see that making him his entire personality? Sure, he looks like the stereotypical mustache, chef, mamma mia, and whatnot. But he still does other things such as cooking, comedy. You can't forget his mold collection. And even Larry the Technician is an example of this. It's a well-known fact that Larry is Jewish and celebrates Hanukkah. But that's just a little detail of his character. They mention it from time to time, but it's not like his only personality. Now look at Bella. She really doesn't do anything. All we really know is that she has a garden, but that's still not enough. She doesn't do anything. Nigel and Ronnie even have more personality than her. Bottom line is that Bella isn't an interesting character. She needs to be more developed if they want us to like her.
Bella B!
Now you know why I'm not the biggest fan of Bella. She's pointless, she's taking the spotlight, and she has zero personality. Now I'm gonna say it again. I am not against Bella being a Mexican. It's great seeing my culture being represented. Okay? I don't have a problem with it. So, I just don't like that that's all they're doing with her. Like I stated earlier, I would like Bella more if they didn't treat her as if she were part of the main band. She obviously doesn't do much, so why not just put her as a side character? She isn't using the main band all the time, like in songs like Stay Positive or Chucky's Middle Name. She's nowhere to be seen. But in the way they've been handling their characters in recent times, I wouldn't be surprised if they even decide to make a walk around of her, or maybe even a plushie before even considering making a Pasquali plush. Fuck it, they could be making one as I'm making this video. It's just the dark state CC is in. Nobody was asking for a sixth member for the band. So please, corporate, just take a step back and leave Bella as a side character. I think that would be it for this video. And remember, if you dislike Bella purely because she's Mexican,
Eres un pendejo.